Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of 2048 units of YAR for Doom 2 and the Ultra Bronze difficulty playthrough PrBoom Plus. We're doing all levels with a pistol start, and this is MAP30, Tyrant Starless Realms. Let's begin. Okay, so in this room, we can grab just about everything we need. Just about. There's also a Berserk here, which I'll save for later, but I'm just gonna get these guys out real quick to gun them down with the submachine gun. Could also punch them out, but nah, we're fine. Let's go and grab this Megasphere and gun these guys down. I think we can grab the Berserk now to get rid of the pinkies, I suppose. But as you can see, there's more enemies that'll be here to kind of annoy you. Like this Archvile fellow, let's get rid of him. And with him out of the way, we can get rid of another Archvile. And some remnants too, I suppose. Now if all these guys dead, we can grab more stuff like the Super Shotgun and press the rest of these switches. And with all three of these switches pressed, we can go into this area with a Mancubus and some other friends we'll meet soon enough. There's also some more ammo for plasma rifle, which is always a good thing for me. But there's also enemies down in these little pits here. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ride up one of these things like a lift, since that's basically what it is. Kill at least one chain gunner, because there's a few hit scanners around here, and I'd rather not deal with a chain gunner sniping me while I'm dealing with enemies like the Baron here. And we're mostly done with this part already. Mostly. You can press that button, it will raise a lift up to this area, but you don't have to wait for that lift if you don't want to. But if you look carefully, you'll see these little stairs raising up that lead right here. Before anything else, I'm going to grab the rocket launcher. And I'm just going to use the plasma gun against this Archvile. I'm pressing that switch. We'll open up a new area. We can go through the portal, be sent back to here. There's a Cyberdemon right here, which is inconvenient, I suppose. But there's also raising and lowering pillars, which makes this fight a little interesting. But we can just spam the plasma at the Cyberdemon. Don't really have much other options at this point. Well, we could use the Super Shotgun too, since, you know, it's overpowered. But that should be it for the most part. With the Cyberdemon out of the way, we can go over here, open this little lift up. We're gonna see what's in it. There's plenty of phase 1 textures. And some low to mid-tier enemies. But it's mostly a maze until you press certain eye switches that open up new areas. Like this one, with some remnants. And that remnant right there was really tanky. He was going into a lot of pain states, so I'm very thankful I didn't get hit by one of those sucker rockets. But whatever, we can get rid of this fellow now. I'm not going to use a rocket launcher again, so I'm just going to keep using the plasma gun. And we can just gun the rest of these guys down with the Super Shotgun. I'm going to save the rockets. You'll see why when the time comes. For now, though, we're just gonna easily take care of these guys. And yeah, there is a Makibus here. It's always something, isn't it? And the last enemy here is a pain elemental. But pain elemental is cringe, so we can just get rid of that real quick. And we can now go into the final area. And here's why I save the rockets, because here's the final boss. And also over here are a bunch of Revenant, well, not Revenants, Barons of Hell and Archviles. There's like 4 Barons and I think 1 Archvile that can resurrect them. Now this is kind of like a I think MAP30, a Plutonia situation going on here. And in combination there's an icon. Because of course there's an icon. Because you gotta have an icon on MAP30, right? Of course you do. Right, so let's just head over around these parts. Because we killed all the Barons and whatnot in the other areas. We're just gonna focus on this side now. If you can count 61 deaths, or 61 kills even, then you've done your job. Okay, we've done our job, so let's go. Alright, this part is deceptively easy. You just flip the switch, you go over here, and you shoot to destroy the icon. And whenever you open this up, a bunch of enemies will spawn in, including a Cyberdemon. Yeah, I just spam like crazy. I don't care anymore. Now I can do that again. Now for a second wave. There's a chain gunner out here. One that didn't die. I focused all my fire on one enemy. Sad. Quite unfortunate. But let's get rid of the rest of these guys. Let's just spam our shots like crazy. Might as well, right? And we're almost ready for the third wave. You want to watch out for the little things on the floor. Like these red things, because that's where the enemies spawn. Can be hard to see sometimes, but they're there. Alright, let's try this for real this time. Let's go. Third wave. Let's do this. There's 2 Archviles and a few other enemies, but we can just spam the BFG to win, really. And that's all the enemies. All the enemies that count, anyway. Let's go. And shoot this one more time. And there we go. And that is Tyrant Starless Realms by Chopblock 223. Or 223, excuse me. Now, I probably wouldn't recommend you actually go for all the kills. It's doable. It's quite doable, in fact, but it kind of depends on your rockets being reliable, which sometimes they aren't, especially with auto-aim. And it's kind of like MAP27 of Plutonia. I think it's MAP27 with the Archvile hiding behind the thing, but the splash damage is much more lenient. But actually, I think it might even directly hit the Archvile. It's kind of hard to tell. But either way, it's still doable. But you'll have to save up all your rockets for that encounter. And you'll have to hope that you can hit all the enemies and that the Archvile won't resurrect the Baron in front of him to body block the damage. It's kind of a mess, but it's still manageable, I suppose. But we did it. We beat map 30, and this isn't the hardest level. I think map 29 is for sure. But I still had a bit of fun with it. Had a bit of fun figuring out how to deal with the final area and getting all the kills. Which I still think not everyone should try to do. But it is still doable nonetheless. It's kind of hard to tell if you're killing enemies unless you have like a stats counter like I did. But yeah, we did it. And we can now read the last screen. With the Tyrant's defeat, the good people of this land are now liberated. With hundreds of demon corpses now lying dead at your feet, you wonder who will clean this mess up, and if they will do it for free. Venturing back to one of the realm's capitals, the people offer you a position as their new king. But you decline, deciding instead to hop into the nearest portal home and live out the rest of your days shitposting on VR retro games. The end. And that's it. That is 2048 units of VR, and it's been an interesting ride. So, what did I think of 2048 units of VR? Well, all the levels were short. Some of them were a little tougher than others, but this WAD is still very doable. Now, the thing about all the levels is, like the name implies, they're all 2048 units. And I think it adds to that being short and sweet. Like, there's no painfully long levels to be had here. Although I do like long levels sometimes. Having them be short in a megawad kind of works out. Now, the level designs themselves were pretty fun. Most of the time, they were pretty straightforward. Some of them were kind of easy. I think Black Crest was definitely the hardest one, without a doubt, because it's definitely got a few things going on with it. I just wish that the version I was playing wasn't, like, buggy. Or maybe I'm just bad. I just got bad luck with the bugs on that level or something. Well, this was definitely an interesting experience. I kind of missed all the little line depth text things in some of the levels, except for some of them, I suppose. But it's fine. I did enjoy my experience with 2048 Unity VR. I know VR doesn't really like me that much, because, you know, oh, you're autistic furry with cringe voice. There's not much I can do about that, though. Oh well. It's probably just some vocal minorities or something on VR. A vocal minority, but whatever. But anyways, that's enough complaining, enough blathering. I enjoyed this playthrough, and I hope to do more in the future probably. But that's it for 2048 Units of VR. Stay tuned for future endeavors. Until then, toodaloo.